Have you ever noticed how some connections don't need loud declarations to be felt? How sometimes, in the middle of flashing cameras and roaring crowds, two people seem to exist in a quieter world of their own? And what if the smallest gestures, the ones that almost slip by unnoticed, are the ones that tell the most meaningful stories? In 2026, many fans began revisiting moments between Jimin and Jungkook with a softer lens. Not to prove anything, not to label anything, but simply to observe. There's something about the way Jimin looks at Jungkook that feels familiar, almost instinctive. And the way Jungkook responds, sometimes shy, sometimes playful, creates a dynamic that feels both mature and strangely tender at the same time. It's this balance that keeps people watching. During recent performances, some fans noticed how Jimin's attention seems to linger on Jungkook just a second longer than expected. When Jungkook laughs, Jimin's expression often softens. It could mean nothing more than years of friendship. After all, they've grown up together under the same spotlight. But there's a certain warmth, an almost protective undertone, that many interpret as something deeper. Possibly, it's just the comfort of knowing someone for over a decade. Or perhaps it's something that evolved quietly over time. Behind the scenes, in casual clips and tour documentaries, their body language continues to spark curiosity. Jungkook often gravitates toward Jimin naturally, closing physical distance without hesitation. And Jimin, in response, rarely pulls away. Instead, he leans in. There's an ease there, like two people who don't need to ask for reassurance because it's already understood. Many fans noticed how even in chaotic group settings, they seem to find each other effortlessly, as if by instinct. Then there's the subtle teasing, the baby dynamic that fans lovingly point out. Jungkook, despite being one of the most accomplished performers of his generation, sometimes appears softer around Jimin. His voice lowers, his smile widens, his eyes crinkle in that familiar way. Jimin, on the other hand, often responds with fond amusement, gently correcting him, brushing lint from his clothes, or fixing his hair. These small gestures could simply reflect affection between close friends. But they also create a narrative that feels layered, like roles they slip into naturally. When looking at timelines, it becomes even more interesting. From their trainee days to global superstardom, their bond seems to have shifted but never weakened. Early on, Jungkook openly admired Jimin's dedication and discipline. Over the years, that admiration seemed to transform into something more balanced, mutual respect, shared vulnerability. In recent interviews, when one mentions exhaustion or pressure, the other's reaction often appears immediate and attentive. It's subtle, but it's there. Even their lyrics invite speculation. Both artists have released deeply emotional songs about longing, growth, and connection. While these themes are universal, some fans feel that certain lines echo shared experiences. A lyric about missing someone who's right beside you. A metaphor about growing together yet changing differently. Of course, music is open to interpretation. But it's fascinating how art sometimes mirrors life, or at least how listeners perceive it that way. Stage moments in 2026 also carried a particular energy. There were glances held just a little longer during encores, laughter exchanged during ad-libs, and those fleeting seconds when they stand shoulder to shoulder, breathing in the same spotlight. Many fans noticed how their synchronization goes beyond choreography. It's in the timing of their smiles, the way they anticipate each other's movements. This could simply be the result of years of performing together. Or maybe it reflects something unspoken and deeply familiar. What makes JiKook compelling isn't grand gestures. It's the quiet ones. The hand briefly placed at the lower back. The shared inside joke during serious interviews. The way Jungkook sometimes looks toward Jimin before answering a question, as if grounding himself. And the way Jimin's gaze softens when Jungkook speaks about his struggles. None of these moments confirm anything. But together, they paint a picture that feels intimate in its subtlety. Perhaps what people truly see in Jimin and his baby Jungkook isn't about romance at all. Maybe it's about growth. About two individuals who met as teenagers and became adults side by side. About comfort that doesn't need explanation. About affection that feels safe enough to be playful. The baby nickname might not signify hierarchy, but rather nostalgia, a reminder of how far they've come. And maybe that's the beauty of it. We don't actually know what exists behind the camera. We only see fragments, glances, laughter, shared silence. But sometimes, those fragments are enough to make us feel something. Whether it's friendship, brotherhood, or something more, the story unfolds in the spaces between certainty and imagination. So when you watch them in 2026, standing close, smiling softly, moving in quiet harmony, what do you see?
Kpop.